Yes, hello, and we are back. Back with a vengeance. Actually, guys, we're still having tech issues, right? But it's okay, that's fine. The important thing is, we have Jay with us, and he is, ready to really help us go through Notion. All right, so let's say hi again to Jay. Okay, his video is still not that, great. Normally, when you see Jay, the quality. So I know how frustrated he is right now. But again, as Jay said, this is not something that we can control, guys. So
No.
it's okay. It's okay. All right. So just a fast one. So I will just turn it on to myself because, it's Jay's video is not so okay at this point. So Lisa, hello. Take two. Yes, good evening. Back at Craft Challenge. Don't worry, guys, because didn't have time to actually change or set a new stream, so automatically it goes back to the previous one. Okay, so it's okay. I will just change that later. Okay, after the stream. Okay, hello again, hello. And Tech Troublemaker is saying we're back. I was getting emotional. Thank you, Roy. Yes, don't be emotional. We're okay. All right, that's fine, guys. These things happen, and we're okay with that. Alright, kala ko may craft challenge ulit. No, it's a tech challenge tonight. Yes. Hey everyone, did I miss the crafty stream? No, Sammy, we actually had to reboot. Cashew, thank you so much for being in the chat. Yes, we're having really, really big tech issues, but it's okay. We're gonna go through this. Alright, oh, it's Jay. Yes, of course, it's Jay tonight. Sammy, thanks for dropping by. Hey Tina, everybody saying hi to everybody. This is Cashew, guys. Say hi to Cashew. Okay, she is Jay and John's moderator, and also a lot of streamer friends moderator. She's moderator elite in the chat. Good evening, everyone from Flus, Sammy. So I bet I'm at the right stream. Yes, it's Rhea, Doc Rhea. Cashew, hello. You're up early from Nose Pickin'. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. All right, so this is the best what we can do. So we'll have Jay back again. All right, there's Jay. You can see him on the small screen over there on the top. Say hi, Jay.
Maybe I'll be less blurry if I'm small. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, we're obviously having some streaming gremlins.
Yes, we are.
What are you going to do? Something's going on here. I know there's some storms in the States, so maybe there's
Or
some
could
weirdness
it be
between
that those
them.
spammers are affecting us? I'm not sure. The last time I put
Uh,
one of them accidentally, my stream got cut off.
which was it? What was this?
One of the spammers before, I didn't read it because my
It
chat was
could
so small. I put him on the chat and then my stream got disconnected. So I don't
anything
know.
anything's possible with those clowns.
Exactly.
Um, but the good news is, as long as you can see the screenshot, okay,
All right.
my mug, my face is not as important.
Okay.
And
Okay, guys, let's ask them, Jay. Okay, guys, can you see perfectly well the share screen? Okay, the screen of Jay that's being shared on the screen. Can you guys see it? And can you hear Jay? Okay, audio is very
testing
important
one,
at this
two.
point.
Yeah, you need to hear me. So I'm gonna just move
Okay,
around
can
a
we
little
see
bit. So
comments in the chat, please? Can you see the screen
you see
being
it?
shared by Jay and his audio? Okay, it's so clear now. Thank you so much. Okay, absolutely clear as the water in my glass. All right.
Yeah, I don't know
Yes,
why our
yes,
cameras.
Marissa.
Yeah.
All right, guys,
Well, the
thank you.
camera has a lot more information, so maybe that's just the issue. But we'll work through it, and as long
All
as you can
right.
see, I'll try to go slow. And
All right. Thank you so much, Jay. Jay is such a trooper. Guys, we did, several tech, rehearsals in the past few days, and we didn't have any issue. None.
of course, right?
All right.
It's always the way. Saturday
Okay.
morning, and I think we in the States, all the kids are home on Saturday morning, so who knows? We get
Everybody's in the
get a
net,
little
right? Okay.
exactly. All right, where would you like me to start? You want me to start over again, or do you
Okay,
want me
can
to?
we do that, please? Yes, because I think they had a
Absolutely.
difficult time, seeing things a while ago.
All right, let's just back it up real quick, and I'll just kind of go through. So the question that Lala had posed was, well, what is Notion? And
Yeah.
my point was, well, it's a lot of things if you've tried to get into it, and it can be overwhelming, and it was even overwhelming for me. So don't feel bad if you ran into that. And there's a reason why when you look at what it does. So here's what it is in comparison to other apps that are in productivity. So a Todoist is a wonderful to-do or task list app. So that's what it does. That's what it focuses on. It doesn't do really a lot of note taking or huge archiving of your pictures and things, right? So it's really into task management, which is what you see right here. And you can see Notion handles that really well as well. Some of you have used Evernote. I love Evernote. I love all these apps, by the way. Evernote is great for note taking and organizing and archiving a lot of your documents that you want to save, websites or things, projects that you work on. I also think that Notion does that very well. So that's something that it does as well, as you can see by the arrows. And then Trello, I absolutely love. It's something that I was using before Notion, and it's got the Kanban list. It's really, really wonderful project manager. Okay. And that's what I'm using Notion for, but only more so. And then the last on this list, and there are millions of productivity apps. I'm just pulling out the more common ones that some of you may have used or been exposed to. I love Google Docs. I use it all the time. I think where Google Docs does really well, where Notion right now is a little bit lacking, is in live editing or essay writing. It's okay. It's just not quite as responsive for people who write long essays, but it's getting better all the time on that end of it. It's a wonderful collaborating tool, but so is Notion. So as you can see, the reason Notion can be a little bit difficult is it's doing a lot of different things in one. It's not just one app. It's doing what Todoist does, Evernote does, what Trello and Google Docs does. So it's a very, very robust or deep application. There's one other problem in a way with Notion for people who are new to it. Something like Todoist or Evernote or Trello, they give you a path. They give you a road to go down, and they kind of keep you in that lane. Okay. Their tools are set up already. You're just using the tools that they gave you. With Notion, the roads are really wide. They go in a lot of different directions. And in a lot of ways, you're using their tools to build the tools that you want to use. So it's a different layer that you've got to get used to. It's not just, okay, create a page task list and then use it and then tag. There's all sorts of things you can do in Notion. I'll give you an example. The thing about Notion is it's like a website. And you and I talked about this, Lala. Like, so if we go to bring up Notion here, give me a second. So if we bring up Notion, This is the Crafty Planner we'll be working on here. But, you know, on the left side, you have these menu items. I would say try to think of that as a website menu. Okay, now normally they're at the top. And each one of these major menu items here, kind of think of them as an individual website of a topic, like you know what I mean? So one could be, for example, think of it as dog grooming planning. One could be crafty planning. One could be, I want to take trips. Okay. You got to think in those terms. And that's the other issue is you're almost planning out a little mini website with all these cool tools in it.
Yes, they
Now,
actually
it's
have
really
that in their notions right now. I mean, those who are actually joining us that are crafters in the they have this already.
okay. They already have, well, they don't have the crafty
Oh
planner.
no, that's a
Probably
planner. Yes, yes,
they've got the accordion ornament and I believe, and then the instruction list.
yes.
But we're going to do the crafty planner. I just wanted them to see it in finished form. But it's important to know that Notion is different because Notion is like a canvas that you're taking tools and making a puzzle, putting it together for something that you want to do. So there's a little more thought into setup, right? There's a little more thought into the planning. In fact, if you're going to plan out a new section in Notion, maybe you want to keep track of all of your crafting tools in a tool planner or tool inventory. You want to kind of write out maybe what you're looking to get out of that. So you might see that when we build this crafty planner. I tried to build a crafty planner that you can use, that you can make your own, but I wanted to do something that was a real world use case. So you get a little bit more of an idea what it is and what it's for. And now this is very basic, but you need to start very slow on Notion and get used to the tools. Once you do, it's very simple. Okay. So I don't know if that answers the question, but if people have questions, we'll answer them out. But if you feel overwhelmed at times with Notion, you're in good company.
All right, guys. So if you have questions, as Jay's saying, feel free to ask your questions. All right. As at any point in time that I see one, Jay, I'll jump on board and
absolutely,
yes, ask it.
Great.
All right.
I think that's important. I just think people get overwhelmed with Notion and then they give up. This is a tool that you almost need a real project to use to understand it. It's not one that you can usually just play around with. You got to use the tools, but yet the tools confuse you, so then you don't do it and then you walk away. I want to just say one more thing about Notion. Notion kind of has this sort of tribal or almost cultish following in a way. I love Notion, but maybe Notion isn't for you. I would say that everybody could use Notion, but it's not for everybody, and it's not going to solve the world problems, but it's a lovely application for crafters or freelancers like all of us to really build what Ali Abdaal, who I follow, I really enjoy. He calls Notion his second brain. And the reason for that is our brains are not made for long-term storage. And I want to say this before we get into this. The problem I've had with all these other options, you can put things in places, but if you can't get it out and use the information easy, and if you can't share that information among different thoughts or planners, I find it's kind of useless. So with Notion, it's not so much about getting the information in, although that's great, you need to. It's more about, it really makes getting the information out extremely easy for you and to use as you move forward with your project. So I just want to kind of put that out there. So do you want me to just go ahead and start? I want to kind of lay out what we're doing today, and then we'll get into it if everybody's ready.
All right. So there's just a question from Rukshan at this point. So what was the idea for using Notion for crafters? Would you have a practical case? Yes, Rukshan, we will be having one. All right. But first, as Jay and I have planned this, and the plan, and then Jay executed it. So we're going to start with the basics first and then build from there. All right.
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think you do need a practical case when you're learning these kind of tools. So in our case, I use Notion, for example, to plan my videos that I record, to plan my live streams, to keep deep records of all my gear and tools that I buy. I will show this later. I also even use it for planning out my drum lessons that I take. So Some people use it to plan trips or to maintain their books that they read or want to read that they find. So I would say with Notion, let me put it this way. I explain this with Notion. We live with the world, a sea of information that we're
Mm-hmm.
always trying to gather. It's really hard to keep it together. So I put it this way: each piece of information that you get in life that you want to store, or each item that you plan, like in a project, you want to plan a new project, I call them drops. And what we're going to do is we're creating buckets to catch those drops. That's what we do. So we're trying to store information in nice containers that we can use. And what's great about Notion is that I don't have to go out to all these other apps. I can build it all in here and share it within in each one of my areas. Um, the walls are not closed down. The information, it's really a relational database. So we'll show that down the road.
Oops. We lost Jay. All right. I think we lost Jay for a little bit. Okay. So hopefully, if this is going to continue, I think we will have to. All right. So there's Jay coming in. Okay. There's. Okay. Hold on. Where is Jay? Okay. Charlene. And then there's. Yes. Jay is gone. All right. Yes, I think Jay doesn't know that we don't have audio or that Jay, can you hear me? Jay? Hi, Jay. Ah, Jay? Hello, Jay. He's actually still explaining things for us. All right. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Amy. Yes. Yes. Hi there, this is Gigi. Okay. I'm just laughing at all these tech issues. Okay. He is working on it. Yes, I'm sure Jay is working on it. Okay. A tech troublemaker, Cashew. Hello. Yes, it's actually really nice to see Cashew here. Um, break out the Zoom call. Let's go to the Zoom. Yes, why not? Right? Maybe it's eCam. It could also be eCam. Okay, we need to J. Yes, thank you, Roxanne. Okay. Okay. I'm just waiting for an advice. Okay. I don't really know what is happening right now, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So let's just try to read some of the chat again. So hi, Crafts by IND. Okay. Jay, we can't see or hear you. I'm so sorry, guys. Jay has an amazing presentation prepared for all of us. I've seen it. We've prepared how he's gonna do this, and it's really amazing. And I'm just so disappointed with tech. Hmm. You tech, not today. Yes, Charlene. Okay. I can't make you go in. It says that there's another stream coming in. It says error starting interview session. I think it could be eCam. It may be an eCam issue. So there you go. I will try one more time. One more time. And if this still doesn't work, we'll call it a day. How's that? All right, guys? Okay, I'm not giving up. I'm just going to try one more time. Okay, I'm going to end this stream again. I'm going to try to reboot. This time around, I will reboot. Okay? Maybe it's my turn to reboot this time. Okay, if you guys can come back in, that's fine. Thank you for dropping by and thank you for being here. I know you guys are, your time is important. All right, and I truly appreciate that you are here, but I will try to end this stream and I will reboot and I'll be back. And I hope you're still here. I just hope, but if you can't, that's fine. Okay, but I will just, I want to check what's happening as well. So I'll end this stream and I'll be back. All right, see you in a while.